All right. We're looking good. We're getting those polls in. Thank you so much. All right, we'll just wait another couple of minutes. Couple more seconds. All right, beautiful. Thank you all so much for completing that poll. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. If you did not bring your journal with you, please do grab your journal. That's going to be very important for our practice today. So I'll just be here with you in the camera for a minute. Hi, my name is Krystle Shield. If you don't know me or I've not met you in person, so lovely to have you here today. I have been practicing yoga for over 20 years, and I became a certified teacher about 3 years ago. Yoga has been instrumental to my life, and it is such a joy and an honor to share it with you. Let's see a little bit more about me. I'll tie this into me and Banyan. So 3 years ago, life was not going great for me. And for a lot of us, we were in the middle of the pandemic. And I found Banyan in the most organic way possible. And I went to their summer solstice event, and I met Mel and Mukta and so many other wonderful practitioners, Chantal. And that's how I got my start, is by being where you are now, on the other side of the screen. So Banyan meant so much to me. I was able to find community with these people and have them hold space for me, and I felt so seen and heard, and it was amazing. So I'm so glad that you all are here. This class is offered as part of the wellness package, part of the wellness week. So you don't only have my class that you can take for free, you also have classes from other amazing practitioners. I know that Mukta is teaching one tomorrow as well. So join Banyan's community, check out their Instagram, check out the website for information. They are a 501c3 nonprofit, and the way the classes are offered by free is by generous donors and grant donations. All right, I think we've done all of our homework. Let's get to moving. Let's get centered. If you are here and you're practicing in this hot weather, amazing. We are going to use this element of heat to our advantage. I love the heat. I feel like it really just loosens me up. It allows me to get into deeper places. And so that's what we're going to do today. Head over to your mat if you're not there already. I'm just going to stay nearby because I don't have both of my technology pieces. So I want to make sure that if you're talking to me in the chat, that I'm able to see you. So today, everybody, let's arrive. Let's settle in. This is going to be sort of like a choose your own adventure. So check into how you're feeling. Do you need to lay down right now? Do you want to sit up? Do you want to be standing right now? Literally decide how you'd like to set up. We're just going to tune into our breath. I want you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Take in the space that's around you. Notice what you're hearing. Notice what you can feel. Notice the clothes that are on your body. Notice the heat that is in the space. if throughout practice you do start to feel lightheaded or dizzy, or like the heat is getting to be too much for you, get yourself as low to the ground as possible. Start returning your breath to its usual form of breathing, the usual pattern, and get yourself something to drink. Or you can do this breathing technique that will cool the body down. So I want to start here. So if you get too hot, you know where to go in order to cool down. So we're going to purse the lips, just making an O with the lips. You're just going to inhale through your nose and blow out through your mouth, just to settle in. So to make this breath cooling, we're going to inhale through the pursed lips and out through the nose. In through the lips, sipping the air, and out through the nose. So that is how to cool your body down. But right now, we're going to build up some heat because that's why we're here. We want to get hot and heated. If your space is already perfect, you're like, Krystle, I'm good, I don't need any more heat, then just be in it. Just surrender to the heat, whatever that means to you. Be in it. Notice your breath, notice your body. If you do need some more heat, stick with me. We're going to bring our hands to our belly. We're going to learn the breath of fire. So typically when we're breathing, we focus on our inhale. What I want us to do is focus on our exhale. Our inhale is going to be passive and our body's just going to want to do it automatically. So to start this breath, we'll inhale in, exhale out. And then we're going to start pushing air out through our nose. Give it a try and notice what happens with your belly. Navel draws back in through the spine. The inhale will want to come. So we're going to focus on sending air out through the nose. Our belly button is going to contract into our spine. So let's give it a go, okay? Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Find your own rhythm, your own speed. You can start slower and then build up pace. So it can be slow. This breathing technique will eventually start to make you feel lightheaded and dizzy. So if you get to that point, take a break, start breathing normally. So this is our breath of fire. Let's keep it going if we want to build up that heat inside of our bodies. It's okay. The pets do enjoy this, so they might come and check on you. I'm okay, buddy. I'm okay. Keep breathing, breathing into your belly. It's okay. Breathing deeply or surrendering. Beautiful. And when you feel calm, or excuse me, if you're feeling heated, excellent. A break. Notice how you're feeling. Breathe. All right, to my friends who have already been heated, you're feeling good. Thank you for noticing, Ruby. No, this is not my dog. I am pet sitting. His name is Munchie. All right, so now that we've got some heat going into our body, we're using that fire, that passion. I want us to go inward before we really start building up that heat. If you have your journal next to you, notice how you're feeling right now in your body. Take a couple of moments to jot it down. You want to use a rating system, maybe 1 to 10. 10 exuberant, full of energy, 1 real low energy, anywhere in the middle. And that can also be how you're feeling in your heart space. Are you full of joy, or are you filled with heartbreak? Rating system. Are you tired? How's your body feeling? How's your mind feeling? How's your spirit feeling? Just take a moment to jot it down. I will join you with how I'm feeling on this rating system. If there's anything coming up, anything on your heart, on your mind that you just want to jot down, it might even be an intention for today. We're going to come back to this. So jot it down. If you didn't bring your journal, no worries. We will just make a mental note. All right, beautiful, everybody. So we're going to start moving. First we're going to get into our meditation. So find that space wherever you were before, if you were sitting, if you want to stand, or you want to lie down for this. We're going to bring our hands to our body, anywhere that feels comfortable to you, maybe on the knees, maybe the heart space. We're going to tune into our breath. If you're still doing the breath of fire, get out of there, come join us. We're going inward. Starting to notice our breath, our body, how we're feeling. Noticing what thoughts are coming up in your mind right now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it go, release. Again, inhaling in through your nose and release, let it go. Do 2 more breaths like that at your own timing. Beautiful. Noticing your thoughts, noticing your body. On your next inhale, we're going to go into a star pose, which is a full body stretch. So we're going to get really big with our bodies. If you are lying down on the floor, you're going to stretch out your arms and your feet. If you're standing, you're going to get really tall. Come join you now on the mat. Feeling all of your limbs come outward from your center, stretching your entire body. Feeling as the heat of the space envelops you, really stretching out wide through your fingertips. Spread the fingertips wide apart, spread your toes. Breathing deep as you stretch. Maybe you're going to start rocking your head side to side, back and forth. Stretching, still stretching. And when you're ready, just relax, take a break. Stop the stretching movement. Notice how your body feels. And we're going to go into it once again, stretching. Really big, really wide. Wide stretches, feeling your body. Beautiful. Making any changes that you might need. Because who knows what could be going on around you in this space and time. Beautiful. Start to come back into yourself now. Coil in if you were standing, stretch, bring your arms back into your body, coiling in. If you were lying down on your back, you're going to draw your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a hug. If you were sitting up, go ahead and come down into a child's pose. If you were standing, you're going to move now into a forward fold. Inhaling your arms all the way up, exhaling down. Really come now into this space to be with your thoughts, allowing your back to really release. Noticing, going back to your mind and your body. And allow these micro movements to happen. So while you're here in your child's pose, your forward fold, your knees to your chest, however you're in your body right now, how can you move in small ways to make yourself more comfortable or to tap into whatever part of the body is stuck right now or stagnant? Maybe you're allowing your forehead to rock side to side on the mat. Maybe you're allowing your arms to stretch further in front of you. Maybe you're drawing those knees into your chest even more. Maybe rocking side to side, back and forth. However you're choosing to be into yourself and into your space right now, keep breathing deeply. Allow your body to release. And if you need to take a break and come up and out, if you're having any difficulty breathing, take your time, take breaks as you need to. I'm going to keep cueing breaks, cueing you to breathe, but I want you to make sure you're looking out for yourself and being your own guide when it's time to come out of things. Beautiful. We're going to slowly start to release and come up. As you start to come up, inhale and move slowly, really, really slow. Our heads were down. We're coming back up into the heat because heat rises, as we know. So let this be slow as you're rising back up. We're going to transition now into some hip circles. So depending on what position your body is in will depend on our hip circles. So if you were standing, this is going to be a little bit of a balance practice for you. I'll start there, because we're going to get into our hip circles. Okay, you can do lots of different hip circles. You can literally take your hips around this way. If you wanted it to be a balancing practice, we'll let those toes come up. We'll bring the knee out. We'll do some circles this way. But if you're on the ground, we have options here as well for our hip circles. We might choose to keep our feet flat on the earth. And this is going to be a little bit more of a micro movement, but we're going to rotate our hips around this way. You might choose to hug the knees into the chest and circle your hips around this way. You might also want to put your hands on top of your knees, allow your feet to dangle, and make some circles this way. This is really a choose your own adventure with your hip circles, because we are all different. All of our bodies are different. And depending on what we get up to in our daily lives, we may need to move differently. So I want you to just spend some time here getting into your hips. I'm coming up to check the chat in case I've lost anybody or you have a question for me. But I want you all to stay with those hips, maybe rocking back and forth. If you find any spots in particular that are calling your name, really speaking to you, use your breath. Breathe into those spaces that are stuck or tight, screaming, begging, pleading for you to just give them a little bit of love. So we're rocking side to side. If you took a pose that requires you to switch from one leg to the other, switch sides, now is your time to switch. So beautiful. Keep going with those hip circles. Everyone looks like we're doing good in the chat, so I'll come on back here to my mat. Staying with your breath, staying with this heat, staying with the fire. Noticing how your thoughts change when you're in an uncomfortable situation. Where does your thoughts go? Where does your mind go? How does it feel in your body? Just noticing. All right, everyone. Time to come back together a little bit. We're going to go from our hip circles to some hip flexion. So you can bring the soles of your feet to the earth. I'll show you on this leg since it's closer to the camera. Feet on the earth if you're lying down. And we're simply going to open the knee, drawing the knee down towards the earth and bringing our knee back up towards the sky. I want you to move at your own pace, so as fast or as slow as you'd like, but I want you to move with your breath. So be honest with yourself. If you're inhaling and it takes you a long time for that inhale, and then boom, once you're stopping breathing, the knee stops on your inhale or exhale, depending on how you want to move. Let the knee come up. So we're just allowing this knee to move. If you want to take both legs at the same time, kind of like you're flying with your legs, go for it. If you want to do one leg at a time, you're welcome. We're just continuing to move these hips around. Breathing deeply. If you were one of the people that were standing, we're going to do the same thing with that hip. But instead, we're going to either keep the toes on the earth, so that way it's not, as challenging for balancing, or we can keep the hip open for a balance. But either way, your choice. We're opening and closing the hip. Allowing some love into this section of the body. Breathing deeply as you move. Beautiful. I will get down here and join you. Start to notice what other parts of the body need to engage in order for this to happen. We're engaging our abdominal muscles, so that way we're not dumping all of the weight into the low back. We're using our feet, allowing the feet to open up and close like a book as well. Beautiful. If you were standing, come on down to the earth, join us. We're going to now bring our knees in towards our chest, give ourselves a hug. Maybe rocking a little side to side. We're going to move into some twists now. So we'll draw our knees into the chest. You can allow your arms to expand out on either side. We'll exhale and we'll bring the hips over to one side, stacking one leg on top of the other. I will come this way so you can see better. And just allowing the hips and the legs to fall wherever they'd like. You can turn your head the opposite direction from the direction that your knees are laying. allowing anything that is stuck to just roll off. Tune into your breath. Notice if your breathing is still able to flow freely. If you notice that your breath is getting stuck, or there's anything that's tight, or maybe you need some support, like the use of a tool, like a block in between your legs, maybe even a blanket, a pillow, a bolster, any of those tools. Use what you have. Use what you need around you. And this is not only for the mat, this is for life. So taking a moment to just breathe, enjoy this sensation of being on the earth, being held, being with your breath. We're going to inhale and we're going to slowly make our way to the opposite side. And start by drawing your knees into your chest and then letting your knees fall to the other side. I'm going to just come and check in on this chat. All right, beautiful, everybody. So as you're here in your twist, noticing any micro movements that you can take, maybe wiggling your toes, maybe continuing to rock gently on one side of the hip, maybe giving yourself a massage there. Maybe you're rocking your head back and forth side to side. Perhaps whatever hip is facing the sky, maybe you're using your hands to give yourself a little bit of a massage. The purpose of the micro movements is to let you know that you don't have to stay stuck in any situation or pose or shape that we put ourselves in. You definitely have the option to move and to adjust as needed. Take one final breath in this shape. We're going to start to move onto our back body, bringing the soles of the feet to the earth. We'll draw our knees back in towards our chest one last time. And we're going to move into a happy baby. So if you'd like to take your happy baby one leg at a time, you can. Having your knee come down in towards your armpit, gently guiding that leg down. Sole of the feet is up towards the sky. You can use your hand to grab hold of the sole of the foot, or you can hang on to your ankle, to your calf muscle. Maybe you might want to hang on to your thigh. If you want to do both legs at the same time, you're more than welcome. Either way that you choose, move slow, maybe rock side to side. Breathing deeply and giving yourself grace. Allowing this to be exactly as it is. Kind and loving thoughts to your body, to your mind, to your spirit, always. Because there's already so much on the outside and externally that says horrible things to us, quite frankly. So we don't want to do that to ourselves. Taking your time, breathing into your back body, rocking back and forth as you need to, taking any breaks that you need to. Really letting this practice be your own. Because I'm sure I forgot to mention it, but I'm not handing out any rewards or prizes or $1,000,000 checks at the end of this practice. This is all just for your well-being, so make sure everything that you're doing feels amazing inside of your body. Beautiful. We're going to release this happy baby. We're going to move now into a figure 4 shape or a pigeon posture. So I'll demo for you. We have a couple of different options. So if we were here in our happy baby, we'll bring the soles of the feet back down to the earth. We'll cross one ankle over the top of one of the thighs, allowing the knee to fall open, creating a figure 4 shape with our thighs. So this is great for you. If this is where you want to stay, fantastic. You do have the option of maybe using your hand to give some more weight to the thigh, pushing on the knee or the top of the thigh. Gently, we're not forcing anything. If you would like even more of a stretch here, you can draw the knees in towards your face to create more stretch. Maybe even lifting this leg up into the air. So that's one option. Another option is not my favorite, but that's why I'm doing it, because sometimes we got to get into the poses that we don't love. So this pigeon shape, you can get into it lots of ways. We can get into it through a downward facing dog, but for here, I'm just going to go into tabletop, extending my leg out, drawing the knee in towards the chest, and then creating a little bit of space, a munchie, to allow our back leg to slide behind us, allowing the front knee to bend. So we're getting the same stretch, same segment of the body, just a different shape. So if you've elected this one, we're going to lower the hip down towards the earth as much as possible, using our hands for support, or you can come down to your elbows. No matter what shape you decided, breathe deeply into this hip. If you're on your back, you may choose to rock side to side. And even if you're not on your back, you also may choose to rock side to side. Getting into those micro movements, maybe wiggling the toes, rocking the head side to side. Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud. Beautiful, everybody. We're going to inhale in and slowly start to switch sides. So if you're on your back, we're going to bring the soles of the feet back down to the earth, switching sides. If you are in the same shape as I am, you can come into a tabletop position. Or if you're feeling really fiery, you wanted to get in a downward dog in there first. Come into your 3-legged dog. In order to get into that shape, you can. Once you get there, take any small movements that you need. Breathe deeply and settle into your space. Come back to what you wrote down earlier. Continuing to check in with your body, your mind and your spirit. How are you feeling right now in this moment? Where did your thoughts go? Anytime you find that your thoughts are all over the place, just take a deep breath in so that way you can get back to your body. Beautiful, everybody. All right. We are going to get out of this pigeon shape, taking your time. So if you were on your back, we're going to roll over slowly onto our bellies. And we're going to push ourselves up into a tabletop shape. Yes, this is a restorative class, but we forgot about the tapas part. So we're going to add some heat. We're going to do this inversion. We're going to do this downward facing dog together. If you're like, Krystle, you're out of your mind, I just want to relax and chill out, no worries. Then what I've got for you instead is a puppy pose. So we're going to stay in our tabletop position. We'll walk the knees back as far as we can, keeping our hands where they are. We'll lower our chest down to the earth. Forehead comes down. Hips are high. So that's option one if you're not interested in our downward dog. If you are interested in the downward dog, we're going to get the knees right under the hips. We'll push down into our hands, spreading our palms really wide. We'll inhale in and we'll lift those hips high up to the sky. Pedaling out the knees. Or just staying still, pushing into your hands. So here's the fun part, everybody. You get to decide when this downward dog ends. You also get to decide what you do. I somehow have decided to do a downward dog and a plank. Didn't plan this. This is just what my body wanted to do, so I'm following it. What does your body feel like doing right now? Do you want to just hold your downward dog? Do you want to keep pedaling? Do you not want to do it? Because that's an option. Yes, it is. You can always just come back on down to the earth. You go into a child's pose and breathe. Because breathing is the number one most important part of yoga. Number one. If we're not breathing, I don't even know what we're doing out here. So if the downward dog is not it for you, just relax, breathe. If you are ready to leave your downward dog, let's shift it into a plank. Just checking in with our core. Maybe rocking side to side, forward and back on our toes. Breathing. And when you're ready, slowly lower our knees down to the earth. Let me check in on you. Why don't you go on into a child's pose? Start to wind it down. Take a breath. Take a rest. Beautiful. Breathing deeply in your child's pose. Let's bring our hands off to the left now. Stretching out the right side of the body as we bring our hands and arms to the left. Bring our arms back towards center, taking a moment to breathe. And when you're ready, bring those hands over to the right side, stretching out the left side of the body. Beautiful, everybody. All right, we're going to slowly begin to rise up out of our child's pose. I'd like you to grab your journal once again, or just sit with your thoughts here and go back to what you wrote before about how you're feeling in your mind, your body, or your spirit. Check in with your rating system and rate how you're feeling now. Checking in how the body feels. If there's anything that is just coming up that you need to get down on paper, go ahead and write that right now. Beautiful. When you have finished writing in your journal, it's the moment you've all been waiting for, your final resting posture, your savasana, your corpse pose. This is truly my favorite part of class, right next to breathing, because it's the rest time. And I feel like we don't rest enough. So I want to give you all ample time for resting. So please, please, really, really, truly make yourself comfortable. If you want anything underneath the backs of your knees to support your low back, if you want to use a blanket or a pillow for the back of your head. I'm probably the only one who would want a blanket in this weather, but if you really want a blanket to cover up, go for it. Whatever you need. If you want a pillow for your eyes, something to cover up, I promise you I will definitely wake you when it is time. So settle into your space, get yourself all cozy. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. If you enjoyed breathing slowly, take that with you to calm your nerves anytime you need it. You can close your eyes, start to relax the skin of your face. Allow a little bit of space between the backs of your teeth, so relaxing your jaw, allowing your lips to part even. Checking in with your entire body, scanning, starting at your feet, wiggling those toes a little bit, maybe rotating your ankles, allowing your feet to spill one side or the other, going up through the shins, the thigh bones, allowing those hips and thighs to release, checking in with your pelvis, maybe rotating or rocking those hips, that pelvis forward or back. Noticing your belly and your low back. Seeing if you can get your low back to kiss the earth. Maybe again with the assistance of a bolster underneath your knees. Checking in with your arms, your hands, your fingertips, allow them to be heavy. Noticing if your hands are in fists, see if you can loosen those, let those hands be light. Checking in with your shoulders. I know you're laying down, but seeing if you can adjust them, allowing your ears to come away from your shoulders and allowing your shoulder blades to support your heart space, allowing your chest to shine up towards the sky. moving your head back and forth against the mat. And just breathing, just being here, allowing your body to really be held by the earth. I'm going to leave you in silence for the next several minutes, 7 minutes to be exact. So really enjoy this time. You are not alone. I am right here with you, and you've got all these amazing people here with you as well. I'll wake you when it's time. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Welcome back. Allow life to return back into your body. Allow movement to start to return back into your limbs. Gently wiggling the fingertips or the toes. Maybe rocking your head back and forth, side to side. You may choose to rock your ankles back and side to side, or your feet. Maybe making some circles with your wrists. Maybe making big faces. Big movements with your faces, really like lifting your eyebrows up or making a big silly face, maybe sticking your tongue out or smiling, stretching big, anything you need. When you're ready, roll over to one side into a fetal posture and take a few more breaths here. When you're ready, go ahead and push yourself up into a seat. And keep your eyes closed. When you're ready, bring your hands to your heart center and bowing your head. Take a moment to breathe. And if you need a little bit more heat, start to rub your palms together. Generate that heat for yourself. And when you've got enough, bring it to anywhere on the body that needs it. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank yourself for showing up and for being in the fire. If you have any questions, I am here to answer them. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my Instagram into the chat, so that way if you want to follow me or if you want to take any other classes with me, you can. We can keep in touch. If you wanted to shoot me an email, I'll put that there as well. I am an empathic listener, trauma informed. I work on crisis hotlines, and I do all those feeling things. So if you need someone to talk to, and if it's not necessarily me, but you want a resource to talk to somebody else, reach out. I'm here to help. All right, so here is my IG and email is coming. All right, thank you all so much for joining me. Huge thank you to Banyan Tree Women's Collective for hosting this class. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm not seeing any questions come through, but I'll stay on for a couple minutes. You're so welcome, Riley. You're welcome, Colleen. You're welcome, Nicole, Vivian, Cassandra, Pam, Ruby. Oh my gosh, everybody, you're so welcome. You're welcome, Nancy. Have a great one. Bye.